I wanted to ask you, I was in a barber shop yesterday getting a haircut, and while I'm waiting to my turn, there was a raging argument between these other men waiting to get their hair cut over this issue of the athletes kneeling and the Trump attack on the NFL players for kneeling for justice. I'm wondering your reaction to, because this is in the heartland of America, where all of these football fans are crazed or the NFL. This is a major topic of conversation as to what these athletes are doing. And I'm wondering your reaction to the president's attack on them and their actions, because they're all multimillionaire ball players.
Well, let's understand the president Trump has consistently used racial code words and racial wedge issues to get in. I do believe he's deeply a white supremacist sympathizer at best. And the reason I say that is because, first of all, let's talk about race. We have to be careful, as I said, not just talk about race in terms of interpersonal. A few weeks ago, we had the march, at the statues. We had white nationalists in Charlottesville, but that statue was put up in 1917 to celebrate Woodrow Wilson, a white supremacist who played Birth of a Nation, being in office. That statue was put up to celebrate we have a supremacist friend in the White House. So why is it that Unite the Right went to that statue? What are they saying? Secondly, white nationalism is not about just I don't like you because you're black. It's about policy. So when people say is someone a white nationalist, I say, well, look at the policies of white nationalists. They are anti-immigrant. Are you voting against immigrants? They're anti-voter. They're pro-voter suppression. Are you voting policies that are pro-voter suppression? They're anti-living wages for everybody. They're anti-health care for everybody. They're anti-gay. Where do you stand on the policy issues? Because you can be an accessory to the crime of white nationalism. Now, the president is trying to change the issue. Kaepernick knelt because he was saying the nation is not living up to its promise, one nation under God, liberty and justice for all, because African-American men unarmed are being shot, and women in the street by people who have sworn to protect and serve. Dr. King kneeled. The prophets in the Bible kneel. As a religious person, I kneel. Kneeling is a very sacred position. So to suggest that somehow when you kneel, you're disrespecting anything is actually counterintuitive theologically. It should be applauded. Kneeling is very, very sacred. And especially when you're kneeling to say, I love the country enough to criticize it. That's what Dr. King said when he kneeled. I don't hate America. I love America, but love requires challenge, moral dissent. Love requires calling the nation into order. It is not blind allegiance. And so I think that Trump wants to switch the issue. What I hope is that all the players that are hooking up now and kneeling will also engage in voter registration, will also engage in the democracy, will also engage in challenging other policies.
We have to leave it there, but this is only part one. We're posting part two online. Bishop William Barber, president and senior lecturer for Repairers of the Breach, leader of the Moral Mondays and author of the third Reconstruction, Moral Mondays, Fusion, Politics, and the Rise of a New Justice Movement. Happy birthday to Becca Staley. Juan, you're going to be speaking Thursday night at San Francisco State and City Lights Bookstore later that night, on Friday in Berkeley at Pegasus Books downtown. That does it for our show. Check out his tour at democracynow.org. I'm Amy Goodman with Juan Gonzalez. Thanks so much for joining us.